Okay, let's talk through these different hiking boots from Columbia. Definitely some differences here, and I wanted to walk you through each of the differences. I have both, and I'll explain to you why I have both. On the right here, we have the men's Peakfreak. They call it trail shoe. It's definitely a hiking boot. Now, you can tell I've had it for a couple of years. It's very well worn. A couple things about this boot. This is a hiking shoe, a hiking boot, if you ask me. Now, it's a mid-cut, so it's going to come midway up the ankle. It's got the Omni-Grip sole which is lightweight, right? So this whole boot, everything Columbia does is light. They call it Techlite. I will say that over a couple of years, the Omni-Grip has worn. This one you can see is worn up in the front. This one is worn even more, and that's why I'm getting a new pair of hiking boots, although I don't have them here for you. This is worn to the point where it's starting to slip a little bit. Now, I have used these a ton. I have used these quite a bit, hundreds and hundreds of miles. And so I expect these boots to wear after a couple of years, and sure enough, they have now. But they do have great grip, and you're seeing a boot that's several years and several hundred miles in. They are waterproof, and they really stay waterproof all the way up until about the seam. So I can walk through creeks and rivers. Now, I don't stand in them, because I think at some point it starts to break down, but I've found that it's waterproof pretty good. The support is really nice. These are probably actually the most comfortable pair of of hiking boots I've ever worn. I've had Columbias for a while. They do have a little bit of this heat technology inside here, which I don't really understand. I suppose if I were to wear these all weather, then these would be worn in the winter. And this is that Omni-Heat technology they talk about that reflects the heat of your foot back onto itself so that it keeps things warm. Other than that, that's this shoe and this hiking boot. This is a more all-around hiking boot. It's certainly something I wear spring, summer, fall. It does do all right in the winter, but it's not a boot I'd wear out in the winter a lot. Compared to this boot, this is the Gunnison 2, and these are pretty new. I've worn these only a couple of times, and you can see that they're much more substantial. They're going to be a high ankle instead of a mid ankle. They're going to be kind of fully embracing. They have a lot of the same features. So they have that Omni-Grip technology down here. You can tell it comes much higher up. It's much thicker. It's a little bit more robust, which is good because this is typically a boot that you're going to wear in the snow. Snow, ice, slush, that's what you buy this for. It's very high and very stiff, a lot more stiff, and the material is more stiff than what they're using here on this other hiking boot. Waterproof, and again, because of the high upper design, it really should be waterproof all the way up until about here. So you've got a lot of room. Like you could get into 6 inches of snow. It could be a wet snow. You could probably go in and out of that for quite a bit. I know I have a few times. I've come back with dry feet. I haven't put it to a rigorous test, but this is a boot that, unlike a snow boot like I have down there, this is more of a kind of a boot you wear in the snow, but it's instead of having rubber all the way up, it's made for a little bit more comfort, right? This is going to have a much more comfortable all-day type of wear. So if I'm going out for a day that involves some time in the snow, but basically just all day out in the weather, in the winter, I'm going to wear this boot here. It's got that Omni-Heat technology, right? So it's got it all throughout the whole boot, where it's going to kind of keep your foot warm. I really love the grommets here and how they work. So overall, you can get a really snug fit. So again, I have both pairs. These are my kind of everyday hiking boots. These are the hiking boots I wear spring, summer, fall. If I had a 10-mile hike to do in the winter, I'd probably wear these as well. These are my winter boots. This is what I wear when it's really cold outside. I need to keep my feet warm, but I want comfort. I'm not going to be standing around in slush or in a puddle all day, but I can darn near do almost anything with these in the snow.